Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. My name is Karyn Medeiros. I am your host for today. In case you are new here, I am a certified manifestation coach, as well as a certified quantum healer and founder of Manifest Her. So today I want to talk about how to identify if you have money blocks. The world is struggling right now in so many different ways, but a lot of prices have went up. Things are just so expensive. Interest rates, nobody can buy a house anymore. It's so expensive, and so I want to help you. I want to help you to see if you can identify if you have any money blocks. If you do, I'm going to teach you how to get rid of them, and then I'm going to teach you how money can just literally start to flow. But the thing is that if we have any type of money blocks, then you're blocking the flow of all money. And so it doesn't matter what you do, it's not going to come, or it is going to come in fast and it's going to go out even faster. Okay? So, first off, let's start with what are money blocks. Okay. Money blocks are literally just subconscious beliefs, AKA bullshit lies that we tell ourselves, right? That prevent you from really attracting or managing money, especially managing money in alignment with whatever it is that you want, or managing money in alignment with, your lifestyle. Okay. And these bullshit lies that we tell ourselves, they often show up in different ways. So, money blocks, you don't know what a money block is. Like, you can't physically see it, you don't know what it is. And so, they often show up as limiting beliefs, fear, guilt, or any unhelpful habits around money. So, if you have any poor money habits, that will show you that that is a money block. Okay. So, a couple common signs that we have money blocks: you're constantly feeling like there's never enough money. If you're always like there's just not enough money, you're short money all the time, you definitely have a money block. Self sabotaging, was that like half an accent I almost said there? Self sabotaging behavior when it comes to attracting or managing your money. So, two examples are if you are overspending or if you are undercharging. So, if you're overcharged or if you are overspending, that's a self sabotage behavior because you probably feel like that the faster the money comes in, the faster it goes. Like, you don't know if the money is going to continue to come in. You have that fear of like, I don't know if this is going to be a constant flow, or I don't know if it's just going to stop at any time. And so when you have that fear, you tend to overspend. So you get everything that you need. Or if you're undercharging, so for an example, if you are a entrepreneur and you want to charge for your services, and you're undercharging, and people are like, dude, like that's not enough, or you're worth more, but you think that you're not worth that, or that you think that, okay, well, maybe other people don't have the money, like I can't really afford that, if somebody wanted to charge me that, so I feel like other people can't afford that as well. That right there is also a money block. Okay. If you're feeling undeserving of, success or abundance or money, that's a money block. If you avoid topics around money, so if say your mail sits on your counter, or sits in your mailbox for a very long time because you're like, I know that there's only bills in there anyway, so like, why am I rushing to open it? Because I really don't even have the money to pay that stuff. If you feel anxious, opening up your bank account where you're just like, I know that there's not enough money in there anyway, so like, why even look, right? Those right there are money blocks. Okay. Some examples of money blocks that, are kind of like statements. um, or thoughts that we think money is the root of all evil. We've all heard that, right? So that would mean that, if you have said that or you think that, that's going to mean that you have a belief of having or wanting money is bad, or that money is going to make you greedy. Okay. I want you to remember that it's actually not the money, it's the person behind the money. It's what you do with the money that makes you evil, right? Or bad. It's not the money itself. Another thought, I'm not good with money. That's perception that you lack the skills to either grow or manage your money, right? Because you're like, I'm not good with it. So you lack the skills of that you have that perception that you do. That doesn't mean that you do. Rich people are selfish. So that could be that you have resentment toward wealthy people, which is going to create resistance for you into becoming wealthy yourself. Okay. And your family could have said that growing up, oh, rich people are selfish. They have all this money. They don't share it. Right. You don't know that at all. Okay. I can't make money doing what I love. So that's a belief that making money has to come from hard, unenjoyable work. Like you have that belief of like, I have to go to my 9 to 5. I don't enjoy it. I just know that I actually have to work. Like I got to get up in the morning. I got to go to my job. That's what I have to do to bring in money. You don't believe that you could actually do something that you love. You could make money off your talent. You could make money if you know something more than somebody else, that you could make money doing that as well, and you would actually really enjoy that. That you had to have a money block. Okay? So now that we know some ways, and even if you answered yes to one of those where you were like, yeah, I do feel like that. I think like that sometimes. You could just have a minor mini block. It doesn't mean like, if you're like, well, I do have money coming in, but then you think of situations, well, you're like, well, sometimes I really do have this thought, or then this happens, then you just have a minor money block. Or maybe you're like, no, I got like a money block. Then I'm going to help you now that we've identified it. Now I'm going to help you get rid of it, right? So one thing that you could do is write down your earliest memories around money. So what did your family teach you about it? And then how does that show up in your life now, right? What do I believe about people with a lot of money? How do I feel when I spend money? Do I feel good? Do I feel bad? Do I feel like, oh, I don't know, right? I don't want to give away my money because I don't know if that money's going to come back to me. What would happen if I had more money, right? So what these kind of like prompts and these questions are going to do is they are going to reveal hidden negative feelings with your money. Okay? So that is where I teach and where the spark and surrender method come in. It's completely free. I made a free method a while ago for myself of how can I, knowing what I know, knowing what I teach, how can I um how can I get rid of my money blocks? I identify that I have them. Now I need to release them. So I came up with 3 steps: release, spark, and surrender. Those are the 3 steps that I teach. And you're releasing them, you're identifying them, you're releasing them, and then you're actually calling in the flow of money, because then you're going to be open to receive. See, if you have money blocks and you're trying to say manifest something or manifest money, doesn't matter what it is, it's not fully going to come to you, or it's not going to come to you when you want it. It's not going to come to you at a timely manner because you have some sort of block. So if you are open to receive, then all of that literally flies in so much faster. Okay. Um, so underneath this video, I will put the link for the spark and the surrender method. So if you click on the link, I will send you a free PDF. It's kind of like it's a free PDF workbook that has all of these steps, and I've made it into a workbook. Fill it out, boom. And then I also have a replay of a video that you can watch where I go into a little bit deeper of like 20 minutes of exactly what the steps are and kind of how to go through them. Use that. I mean, it should take you no more than like probably like 30 minutes to complete. And once that is complete, oh my God, I can guarantee that you are going to feel lighter. And if you really do the work, you will see unexpected money start to come in. Okay. In the meantime, I want you to start recognizing your negative patterns towards money. Okay. So are you avoiding it? Are you constantly chasing it? Which one? Okay. Because avoiding it and constantly chasing it, both of them, you have a money block. Okay. So patterns like if you're avoiding it, avoiding the bills, you're hoarding money, you're feeling stressed about, your bills or your expenses, those indicate that those are money blocks. Okay. I want you to start tracking emotional reactions to money. So how do you react? So pay attention to how you feel when money comes up in conversation, when you check your bank balance, or when you think about charging for your services. So if you're like an undercharger, like someone, if you're an entrepreneur and someone says, you need to start charging this. How does that feel? Right? Do you feel fear? Do you feel guilt? Do you feel discomfort? Any of those means that you have a money block. Okay. And then once you're done, the whole spark and surrender, then I want you to mind your self-talk about money. Okay. So the way that you talk about money internally and out loud will reveal if you have blocks. Okay. So if you say frequently things like, I am broke, I can't afford that, then you're reinforcing a scarcity mindset. Okay. I want you to listen to that again. If you are saying things out loud that I can't afford that, I am broke, that's way too expensive, meaning that you can't afford that. Something can be expensive. That's fine. But if it's very expensive to you where you're like, I would love that, but it's a way too expensive, I can't afford that, you are reinforcing a scarcity mindset. And we don't want to reinforce that, right? So in the spark and surrender, it will teach you how to say things like if something is expensive, but you really want it, or not that you really want it, but you don't want to pay that money for it, that's completely different, right? That's a completely different attitude and that's a completely different energy. So, um, I want to teach you how to do all of this because once you know and identify that you actually have money blocks and that you identify that, some things that you start to say or some things that you start to do where you're like, oh, and you start to call yourself out of like, that's a money block. And then you know what to do to get rid of it. Guys, your life, it will be completely different. So underneath this video, look for the spark and the surrender link, or you can always go to my website, manifesther.ca. I have it right at the top. Again, it's free. Download it, do the work, take the time and do the work. And I'm telling you, you'll find me and you'll come back to me and you'll say, oh my God, guess what happened? So I can't wait for those stories. Until next time, peeps, have a great week and I'll see you next week.